Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm your host, Lou. For those of you that have been with me from the beginning, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Much love. For those of you that are new to the channel, I ask that you go ahead and subscribe if you like the material that you're seeing, the content that's being put up. And if you want to be kept up to date with all the new material that I put out, up on the right hand side you're going to see a small bell that's going to give you the notifications on whenever the content gets put up. So click on that, so this way you guys could receive the notifications of the content that I put up. Now here in this video, I'm going to be hosting a war that had went down between Sky and KOG. KOG was, at one point, from what I understood, KOG was kind of, I guess you could say, like an ally to Sky. Now, somewhere along the ways, Sky needed to open up, because Sky, to tell you the truth, Sky was so cluttered with so many other, members and alliances around them. They had to expand. And one of the conversations that I was having with the leaders in Sky was to reach out to these guys to see if they would be willing to perhaps either relocate, perhaps maybe even move into our alliance, so that this way we could free up more space, so that we can branch out, gather, and pretty much grow together. Now, I'm not exactly sure what exactly was said between the leaders of both these alliances, but from what I understood, there was a real strong resentment towards just the thought of them having to either relocate or pretty much align themselves with Sky, and they didn't like it. And from what I understood, the leader of KOG turned around and pretty much disrespected him, said something really nasty and real foul to him. So where pretty much, we got the announcement, swords up, we're moving them. And sure enough, man, this battle right here lasted, wow, I'm gonna say about a day and a half. And, both sides were getting zeroed out. Like you wouldn't even believe. My brother Ben right there, man, Ben, he came through for me, because I had actually gotten offline. And well, unfortunately, I gotta make money, so I gotta work. So there's things that I have to do that, just didn't allow me to focus myself right then and there. And Ben really went out of his way to, really back me up in this, because I was getting hit on a constant from these guys, and I'd forgotten the shield, which that's important, especially when they start a war, And that was my bad on that half. But he came through, and when you good people and you make real good relationships with people, those kinds of things happen. They back you up no matter what, and like right now with the alliance that I'm in, I've got a special friend, by the name of 10K that, this guy looked out for me. He actually shot me close to about 2 mil in resources, man. And I just want to give you a shout out, 10K. Much love to you, bro. You showed me love, and you know what? Love from me, from Lou to you too. That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate you helping me out. And you see, those are the kinds of relationships and friendships that are bonded when you have a good heart and you have good intentions. When you want to be an a-hole and you want to go ahead and step on people and abuse people, you get no love. And when you need that help, you're not gonna get it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of those everywhere, but I've been fortunate enough to find these diamonds in these roughs. I've actually come across some real good people. I really have. From people like Unicorn, Rag, to Ali, to Ben, to Marv. Shout out to you, my bro. And it's like, to a lot of the people out in the kingdoms, especially out in K1, much love to you guys. I know you guys are out there thumping it. You guys are, pretty much helping me out there too. So if you guys are watching this video, much love to you guys at Kingdom 1. Rock on with y'all bad self. But yeah, for the most part, in these wars, you gotta attack very, very, very profoundly. You can't just go and scatter everywhere. You gotta hit a certain way. Now, in some instances, when you're trying to take down this alliance, and basically what came down to on KOG was they were being relocated because they didn't want to move and they didn't want to join. And it would have been real simple for them to just do that. Instead, they wanted to be mean, they wanted to be disrespectful, and then hateful on top of that. So what happened? Well, we wound up having to relocate them, and we hit them hard. They got hit by Sky real hard, man. I mean, their whole entire alliance got zeroed out. Now, word through the grapevine, I heard somewhere along the ways that alliance members wound up quitting from KOG in total. They just stopped playing. So I don't even know what happened to that alliance. I'm pretty sure they maybe either went somewhere else, maybe kept building, kept reuniting. I don't know. But but for the most part, when you're attacking an alliance, okay, and I've had discrepancies with members before about this. They don't seem to understand that the way you hurt an alliance, you got to do that by taking out the key buildings. Okay, the number one key building is the fortress. Okay, you take that fortress down, everything else follows. Because once you start taking everything down, hospitals get shut down, they lose soldiers, they lose resources, they got to rebuild everything. And if you're hitting these guys while you're taking out these buildings, they can't reinforce anything or anybody. Okay, so everybody either has to shield up or get their asses handed to them. So in this case, they decided to fight back. So unfortunately, they got it real good, and they were really mad about it, and they expressed it. They really did. They went so far as to altering their cities' names to real derogatory names, which that'll be in the second half of this video. You're gonna see how they immaturely stooped down to writing some real stupid names on their cities, insulting the alliance that was trying to give them a break. Like, listen, at least you guys got a heads up. It's not like they just turned around and hit y'all. You understand? They gave you guys a warning. They were given a warning. They were given advice, and I guess whatever happened since whatever happened, they didn't take the advice. They didn't take the warning, and then instead they went ahead and they just pretty much started a whole brawl. And KOG totally forgot that they were in between both Sky's alliances. Sky had not only Sky, but also two types of Sky farms right underneath them. What the hell were they thinking? They were not thinking. These guys were not thinking at all. Their best bet was to pretty much go with the flow. Had they just united with us, or with them, had they just united with Sky, they wouldn't have gotten beat the way that they got beat. They would have had their resources. They would have had their troops. They would have kept their power. They were completely wiped off the map. And it's understandable, because when you're in a crowded situation, you got to make the space. You got to make that room. And unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. And well, they were taken out and they got destroyed. And pretty much everything that you're seeing here, they're going here back and forth, reinforcing each other. They're trying to attack, which, to say the truth, that doesn't help, because when you're getting rallied, who's ever in there reinforcing, they're gonna lose their troops too. So on their half, all the way around, they were dumb. That was the most dumbest move that they made. It would have been so much more efficient, so much more painless to just join or just relocate safely. They were given that option, but they chose to fight. And when you're not a top alliance, when you're not a very strong alliance, you got to think real good about what you're going to do and what you're going to say. Because you want that love to be reciprocated. You don't want to be just that target, and they were like right in the middle of a bear and a lion, and they got ripped apart, literally, and eventually they wound up moving, and they wound up relocating. I don't even know if they continued the alliance. I haven't bothered to check because I've been super busy, and I've got a lot of footage that I recorded from this war, and it was a real sweet war to watch, man. It was real crazy. It was fun to be a part of. I got a lot of kills out of it too, and I got my ass handed to me too. I got hit too, and I got rallied as well. But for the most part, it was a good experience. It was fun. And I can tell you that, by the time that I jumped on, I was already hit, and unfortunately I'd already lost a lot of troops. So I was able to, you know, heal a couple of my troops to turn back around and try to hit a couple more guys, you know, before it was totally over. And, you know, I could tell you that within this war, you know, there were some things that I actually understood and I learned from this war, you know, and one of those whereas, you know, whether you like it or not, when you're facing a stronger alliance and you're at risk of being destroyed, you know, if they've given you an option to join and keep the peace and allow you to grow, take it. Don't try to be that David and Goliath when you got like 4 Goliaths and it's just like a half a David. That never worked out, and that's what happened to them, you know. And you know, when you come to think about it, you know, these guys, they had good friendships with other alliances as well. Sky, you know, they're not douchebags. You know, they're real cool people. You know, a lot of them are cool, just like in Hem and RLM, you know, Elf. A lot of these guys are real cool. You know, there's only but maybe with less than a handful in ZGR that I can call out that are cool. You know, and I can tell you that, you know, in every kingdom, I'm sure there's a lot of similarities to the things that I'm saying as far as our kingdom here in Kingdom 97. You know, and right now, with the way things are going here, a lot of our guys are getting super advanced. You know, we're pushing quite a couple of our members now to get up to 30 as soon as possible. We have 2 main leaders out here in this kingdom that are just, I believe, you know, are just completely fully maxed out. You know, they're fully maxed out. And that's awesome to have, because that means that we're going to have a competitive edge when it comes to kingdoms versus kingdoms here. And, you know, as far as the strategies go, you know, they definitely got the right people on hand. Having me alone, they're going to get a lot of stuff done. You know, and as the time goes on, I'm going to be putting out some, you know, some videos with good pointers, good advices, because, like, you know, a lot of my friends know, a lot of my players know, I'm very strategic, and I have a mentality that just, it's fun to have around. I can collaborate, I can lead, you know, and I can also reciprocate. So it's a fun time. It really is. And within the time, you're going to see how a lot of these wars, a lot of these battles, they're going to go down. And regardless, when you're in a war game, believe me, there's always going to be a loser. All right, even if there's just 2 soldiers still standing, there's always going to be a loser. When you got more than 1 team fighting, yeah, nah. Unless they call a truce and unite, that's really the only way. But besides that, well, you know, guys, thank you for taking your time to watch out the video. I hope you guys are liking the materials that I'm putting out. Much love to you guys. Deanne, keep up the good job. Everybody, peace out. One love. Lou to you too.